Yo, yo, what's up? Skulls and Bones 444 here. Number one, for anybody who lives out in California, oh my God, I hope you are okay. Those fires were spreading around like the fucking coronavirus. I have family and friends who live out there, and I had to give them a phone call, thank God they're okay. Holy shit. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys took the time to fully listen to part one and part two because now it is part three. Okay? And once again, the numbers. Pay attention to the synchronicities 111, 222, 333, and especially 555, um, 1010, 1212, 144, 311, 420. Anyways, so I titled this, by the way, guys, somebody had asked me, why aren't you using your cards right now? And I'm like, because these downloads were so fast, I just had to write them down. But trust me, I'm going to be using my cards again very soon. And I got some really cool decks for Christmas. Okay, part three. Karmic Masculine gets arrested for illegally surveilling you, selling illegal drugs, substances without medical approval, selling nude photos, okay, and assault and battery towards a police officer. Okay. Sorry for rambling on, guys. I just had to go over this for part three, and I'm gonna apologize if my previous video was too gruesome in detail, because I know maybe some of you had gotten turned off, by the shit that was mentioned, and maybe you switched over to another tarot reader's channel. Every reader has their own style with how they deliver their messages. Okay, and some of them don't want to sound too harsh and scare their viewers away, so they beat around the bush. Okay, but for me, it's for me, it's like I tell it like it is. But I've always been a straightforward, blunt individual, but I'm not trying to scare my viewers away. That is not my intention at all. Okay, please understand that. And just to let time is of the essence to get this message out because the karmic masculine and the coven won't stop. Okay? But the karmic masculine is the culprit of this reign of terror. And he's basically another version of Adolf Hitler because he's always got to have power and control over everybody and everything in his surroundings. Trust me, he's getting arrested here very shortly. I sense that it's going to be towards the end of this month. This time is of the essence. Given how serious the situation is, like I said, time is of the essence. So I may have to post this twice. I don't want to, but maybe. Okay. This is the last message like this. I miss my cards. So now, here's the thing, 3:55 on the timer. You guys could be having a lot of migraines, fatigue to the point where you don't have the energy to get up and do things, stomach aches, acid reflux, pain in your muscles and joints, sleepless nights, overthinking, which making it difficult to make even the most simple decisions, memory issues, nervous and anxious energy, the energy of fear and paranoia, problems with using words that you've known your whole life, but lacking the ability to use them properly in a sentence or how to spell them. Okay? And these are just some of the side effects of a psychic attack. And as of right now, the energy is just chaotic and all over the place. And that's because the karmic masculine's energy is just oozing out chaos. Not to mention his erratic behavior has caused him many problems. Some coven members left him because they were getting bad karma. Okay, bad karma from black magic. Hmm. His lies weren't adding up. They realized the divine feminine was innocent, and his personality is like a ticking time bomb that entails random angry outbursts, and he's always blaming others for his fuck ups, thus playing the victim like he always does. His life has turned out to be a complete train wreck, given how he's an alcoholic, a drug addict, and a drug dealer. These toxic substances have played a part in his poor decisions with everything in life. He's experiencing a mixture of emotions of being depressed and then an angry son of a bitch who's throwing an adult like tantrum by throwing and breaking shit. In addition to this, when it comes to drugs, he's using cocaine, methamphetamines, opioids, benzos, and all sorts of hallucinogenic drugs that are making him lose his sense of reality. So, on another note, I'll be honest that I had a hard time writing this message because, like I said, the downloads were coming left and right. Like I said, there's a lot of shit going down this month, okay? Especially when it comes to the malicious and evil things karmic masculine and the coven are doing to hurt both the divine feminine and divine masculine. These people have shown their true colors, which the divine masculine is shocked by. And because of their actions, not only will they be going to spiritual jail, but they'll also end up behind bars, serving 20 to 50 years or a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Furthermore, when the karmic masculine goes to prison, he needs to be placed under maximum security so that he'll never get to see the light of day again. Moreover, he needs to be psychologically evaluated because he's got some serious mental problems that need to be taken care of by using psychiatric medication and never ending sessions of psychological therapy. However, I don't see him lasting in prison for more than a week because I really do think he's going to take his own life in prison. Well, now that we've got that shit out of the way, I want to move on to part three. Okay. I want to let you know at this part, I may go back and forth between topics because it's a shit mess this month, okay? The karmic is running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to figure out 8:11 on the timer, trying to figure out how to get out of this mess. But there isn't. He's run out of all ideas. And at this moment, it's do or die for him. In addition to this, I want you all to be on guard, especially the divine feminine, because shit is getting very dangerous. Okay? So, for the love of God, please, please stay to yourself. Continue to be quiet. Don't post anything on social media. Keep to yourself. Watch what you say. But if you do end up finding yourself having no choice but to engage in conversation, then keep it simple and short. Because I guarantee that this person is just trying to gain information about your life. Because, what the hell? Yeah, because you're not posting anything on social media, and the karmic and the coven is driving them crazy because they have nothing to find on you. That's a great move on your behalf, okay? Driving them nuts. Because the minute you post something about your personal life, like what you're doing, who you're hanging out with, and where you're going, it's gonna be like the holy grail for them. because they're gonna be on your ass like white on rice, like they haven't been already. And that's just gonna give them some time to plan their next attack. When it comes for, the curses and death spells and sending them your way. Furthermore, the person who comes your way could have a secret recorder on them so that they can try to get, hold on, so they can try to get information on you to relay back, okay? Because it sucked that they haven't been able to take your life yet with magic, but also they're pissed off and jealous with how you just keep ascending. You keep ascending spiritually, and even though being in hermit mode has really sucked, it has saved your life in many ways, and it allowed you to discover what spiritual talents you have. And that's awesome. So give yourselves a round of applause. Okay. Now, regardless of what happens, the karmic still plans on going, wants to go to your house to get your attention. And yes, I know that in my previous video I mentioned how he was going to use chloroform on first. However, before that happens, I sense that he's going to try to physically fight you to get his anger out and then make you go unconscious. So whatever you do, don't open the fucking door unless it's for your divine masculine. As you all know, the karmic is a sociopath who has mastered the art of being a habitual liar and a master manipulator, but more importantly, the fact that he's a sick and disturbing person, especially with how he enjoys hurting, torturing people by using black magic. This is just pure evil, if you ask me. On another note, I talked about how the karmic has been on the warpath with his obsession with trying to delete the divine feminine off this planet. But if he can't, then he's going to go for the divine masculine. I'm saying this because in the karmic's mind, he's at the point of do or die, okay? And if he can't take you out, then he's going to try to take out the masculine so he can totally destroy this sacred union that's going to happen, regardless of whether he likes it or not, okay? And furthermore, I know that I mentioned the fact that for the past 3 months or so, possibly starting in October, he's been secretly, without the other coven members knowing about this, he's been working on finding the perfect place to dig your grave, to bury the feminine or the divine masculine if he has to, as his last resort. Okay? And he's nothing but a scorned lover, nothing but a scorned ass lover who holds grudges over petty shit. He just cannot let go of the fact that the feminine left him because, in his mind, nobody leaves me, I leave them. Okay? Karmic, he's a type of man who only dates women that he thinks are below him in terms of intelligence and thinks that they're so innocent that he deems them socially unacceptable. Like, these women won't make it out of the world without his help because they're very ignorant about life. He's a womanizer. That once he sweet talks them, sweeps them off their feet, whispers sweet nothings in their ear. Okay? but he's really nothing but a wolf in sheep's clothing. But after he's got the woman hooked, that's it. At that point in his mind, it's fair game when it comes to how he treats her by making her his slave. Essentially, he makes his girlfriends do everything for him, especially when it comes to the house chores, cooking, cleaning, making her take the blame for all the crap that goes wrong in his life, belittling and degrading her for not doing the chores properly, criticizing her for not being at the perfect weight for his taste. And if they've got a kid together, then he makes her take all the responsibility in raising the child. And with that being said, the divine feminine if she had stayed with the karmic masculine, then this is how her life would have turned out to be, one full of misery and abuse. Had the divine feminine stayed with the karmic, her life would have sucked. It would have been a total disaster, depressing, abusive, and it would have been a bitch to get out of that relationship. Considering how he loves to stalk, loves to stalk people. Shit is hitting the fan between the karmic and the coven because they're all arguing about a love spell and death spell gone wrong, which the divine masculine has no idea that this was going on to begin with. But when he does, especially when he finds out that the karmic and the others were the source of breaking off his relationship with the feminine. Along with death spells to kill her, all hell's gonna break loose. Pun intended. And furthermore, the karmic decides that he's gonna make a random visit to the divine masculine's house with his evil minions following him. Okay, making a random visit to the masculine's house on a weekend and wants to start a physical fight, okay, in front of all old friends so that he will be publicly humiliated. But I sense that the people who watch the fight will be recording. They're going to be recording it on their phones so that they have evidence of it happening and then take the pictures and videos to the cops to try and get the masculine arrested. In their minds, they think that getting the masculine put in jail will settle the situation once and for all, and that he'll never get to reunite with the feminine. However, what they don't realize is that the karmic was the one who started it all, and the masculine was just defending himself. Okay? The masculine was minding his own business on his own property. It was the karmic who took it upon himself to rally up the people behind him to make a random visit, to talk shit, find other people that are watching it, recording it, taking pictures of it, because they want to use it as evidence to arrest the masculine so that he won't have any contact with the feminine ever again. But when these people take this shit to the cops basically look at these people like they're fucking retarded because if anything, as they were watching it, they should have stopped it from happening to begin with. And so all the evidence is awesome to use against the karmic. Because the karmic is the one who started it. Masculine was just defending himself. Make it make sense, fuckers. Like, goddamn. Um, hmm. And also, with that, the masculine, if he wants to, he can press charges and get restraining orders on all of them. 2024, as I say that. So, I mean, basically, this is a situation of, like, I don't know, fuck around and find out. Mhm. On top of that, mm, the cops actually they ain't staying with the masculine for like the whole night. They park their police cars in front of the masculine's house for like the whole night to keep an eye out because if they see these people coming back, they're getting arrested immediately. Mhm. And I also sense that like right before the fight happens, Karmic's gonna, talk shit to provoke the masculine to take the first punch, but the masculine has too much self-control and discipline in that. And if anything, what I sense is that the masculine is gonna chew the fuck out of everyone there, and he's gonna make sure to really chew out his karmic feminine, that she's always been jealous of the divine feminine. And he's going to use his ultimate biting words, I mean, ultimate fierce biting words, and calling her out about how it was all nothing but sex because he didn't want her then years ago and he doesn't want her now either. Two, 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 two on the timer. And with the masculine looking back, he's like, damn, I've been holding those words back for far too long. Okay. When it comes to the fight, what the karmic doesn't know is that the masculine is quick on his feet because growing up, he had to defend himself, so this ain't his first rodeo. So he's just quick on his feet, gonna defend himself, and has a mouthful of smart ass comments and biting words, which the karmic can't keep up, can't keep up with. So, in retrospect, the karmic gets his ass handed to him in front of everyone, thus humiliating the fuck out of himself. Okay? He wanted to humiliate the divine masculine and the divine feminine, or either or, but in retrospect, it gets twisted around. And the karmic gets his ass handed to him both physically and verbally. So, the divine masculine beats the karmic at his own game, just like the divine feminine did, just in two different ways, man. The divine masculine overheard some people talking about how they were going to attack the feminine and manipulate all conversations that she thinks she's having with the divine masculine. So, what that means is that both the feminine and the masculine have been blocked from talking to each other on social media. I say this because there's someone in the coven who's very fucking tech savvy and knows how to hack into shit, okay? And took the time to create another social media account, Facebook account, that looks exactly like the Divine Feminine. to which the karmic or someone else from the coven started sending random messages to the feminine. But based on the language that was being used, it didn't sound like the divine masculine at all. Without a doubt, that was to try to trick the feminine into thinking that it was the masculine so that she would give up information about how her life has been going since she and the masculine separated, which was over 7 years ago, almost 8 years now. In fact, one of the messages that was sent was based on the term cock warming. And uh I heard you got bigger. And the other messages that were sent, there was never a response to them. In fact, those other messages were deleted. So the only comment that remained was, I heard you got bigger. So whoever sent that message was hoping that it would piss the feminine off and then retaliate with nasty words, therefore causing distance and an ending between the feminine and the masculine permanently, and to make her feel like shit about her body so that she would lose all confidence and self esteem with the way she looked. These people. Oh, but with these messages and how it was said, the language that it was used, the feminine knew better because after dating the masculine for 3 years and on the verge of getting married, she already knew the style of words that the masculine uses in messages and the way he talks. So, get over it, y'all. Speaking of social media, several people from the coven again took their time in creating, said, a false Facebook account using the feminine's name and everybody taking turns talking shit, talking shit to her while somebody else is pretending to be her and writing all kinds of bullshit back. This is just to make her look like bullshit and all kinds of drama and like a drama queen. And if when the masculine finds this fake account, he's going to be turned off because he hates drama. The whole point is for him to fall for it, thinking that she's changed into a bitch, that nothing but, and that's, nothing but dramatic. But in reality, the divine feminine wishes to have nothing but peace and harmony in her life already. These people are just trying to do everything they can as like the last field goal kick, do or die time, to make sure that this sacred reunion doesn't happen. But y'all can get over it because it's gonna happen. You guys can't play God, especially the karmic masculine. You think you're godlike, but you're not. Get off the fucking hallucinogenic drugs, bro, and it'll give you a sense of reality. In addition to this, someone has hacked into both the divine feminine's and the divine masculine's phone so that the karmic masculine can try to manipulate them against each other when it comes to them trying to have conversations. 2929 on the timer. Essentially, karmic is on the warpath to make sure that the masculine and feminine have no contact with each other at all. So that means that the divine masculine is going to have to be super duper creative when he comes to the divine feminine and has to be extremely quiet about it, what the fuck he's gonna do. Just like the divine feminine has had to be quiet, like a hermit, like a mouse, and like a fucking Jew stuck in the Holocaust. Okay? Quiet as shit about everything. Which this is fucking ridiculous. I mean, this is going against human rights, man. But with magic. The next topic is all about how the karmic masculine throws. There's crooked doctor involved here somewhere, guys. And I kept getting the letter S. Dr. S is what I call it. So the karmic throws this crooked doctor, Dr. S, under the bus out of revenge because the doctor won't take blame for how he's providing the karmic with chloroform and the other drugs that the karmic is indulging in. Not to mention, he's selling it to his clients as well. And on top of that, everybody else in the coven is also hooked on all the drugs that's been provided to them. And every fucking ritual and spell that these assholes have been doing, they're always fucked up. 3141 on the timer. They're always fucked up and drunk when they're doing these rituals and these spells. Ay, ay, ay. And when it comes to the drugs, many people who are buying them from the karmic have experienced serious medical conditions and continue to do so, like heart attacks, brain hemorrhaging, memory problems, let's see, issues with balance and coordination, hallucinations, changes in behavior, suicide, and schizophrenia, which has resulted in an unusually high number with 911 emergency phone calls about people overdosing on the same type of drugs or for committing suicide. And after these people have physically healed, they're automatically sent to the mental institution department for psychiatric evaluation. Given us information, other doctors who work in the same hospital are trying to figure out who's been the source of all these people coming into the ER for immediate help. Well, seeing as how the doctor refuses to give the karmic masculine any more drugs or supplies, the doctor suspects the karmic is going to get caught soon because he's getting sloppy in regards to how he's traveling with it back and forth from the hospital and to his house and the way he's selling it, especially to people that already have medical conditions and a history of addiction. He doesn't care about these people who already have problems, medical conditions and other shit. It's all about money. Money and greed and luxury. 33:55 on the timer. Karmic snitches on the doctor. Oh, who would have guessed? Making him undergo serious evaluation with the chemicals and supplies that they find it. They find out the chemicals and supplies that Dr. S has. Okay, and he's found guilty. Because of that, he gets fired, loses his medical license completely. And I sense that the front desk assistants had to go through all of the clients, all the patients that came in, they had to go through their paperwork and they compared and contrasted everything. And they're like, there's a load of people who came in here for the same shit. And it's like within days of each other, within weeks of each other. It's like something ain't right. So, yeah, and they go through that files to reach the patients and their guardians to let them know what happened and who was the cause of it. Furthermore, the medical staff discovered that Dr. S was using chloroform on his elderly patients without anybody knowing about it. And that was to cause them liver damage in order to kill them. This was done so that he could sacrifice them and use them in satanic rituals. With that being said, the big surprise is that Dr. S is one of the dark high priests who's involved in the coven. I think the information about what this doctor did, it could have been on the news, possibly. And this case, I'm sensing that it happened in the state of New York. I keep getting New York, New York. I think this shit happened out in New York. Ay, ay, ay. So, obviously, because of what he did, the doctor did, the entire hospital gets sued. Well, because the karmic ratted his ass out and they found out that the doctor was using chloroform to kill the elderly patients. The doctor, the license gets taken away, and the hospital gets sued. Next topic. I think that for the past 3 months or so, possibly starting in October, like I said, the Carmen, he's been secretly working on the plan of attack without anybody else knowing it. Plan of attack of the very, very last way to take out the feminine or the masculine, either or. He's just got a whole total obsession with stalking and taking her out off this planet because this is a crime of passion. If I can't have her, then nobody else will. But yet this fucker has a family and a kid of his own. So technically he would make the feminine his side chick. That. Fuck that. Hmm. So not is he a scorned lover, but he also has a psychotic, sociopathic, calculating personality. Having said that, since he's been traveling all over town, wherever he lives, searching for the best place to bury the feminine after killing her. He's been investigating nature parks of all sorts to see how many people visit these parks, the hours of operation, how to gain access after hours, the number of park rangers that work there, which parks have dogs that specialize in detecting drugs or anything else they find suspicious, and whether or not the parks rangers check up on the visitors to see if they're okay or need some medical attention for whatever reason. Like, let's say someone accidentally comes into contact with poison ivy or gets dehydrated, etc. And he's navigating his way throughout all the different trails to find, perfect spot, which, from what I could see, it's all the way in the back of the park and it's located in the left side of the corner. which, I mean, it seems like nobody visits that section. 40 on the timer. And he doesn't want to make the grave 6 feet. He wants to go 8 out of pure revenge. And he knows that because this is going to be bigger than 6 feet, it's going to take a few weeks or a month, especially with how he's doing this all by himself. 40, 30 on the timer. However, this never happened, obviously, and it's not going to happen because you're protected. But the karmic masculine finally gets arrested. I sense that this karmic is getting arrested by the end of this month or the beginning of next month in February. One of the two. Because divine intervention, enough's fucking enough. You can't play God. So gets arrested for, I mean, illegally surveilling you, selling nude photos. Okay, he's been fucking around on the dark web. Premeditated murder in the first degree, tax fraud and tax evasion, identity theft. His house gets raided by the cops because, I mean, they legitimately have a search warrant. Search warrant for probable cause. 4151 on the timer. Yep, house gets raided by the cops for selling all kinds of illegal substances. And for many other crimes. It goes on and on and on. And there's some crazy shit about it. the the fake private investigator that was hired uh can't take it anymore when it comes to the illegal surveillance and taking pictures and knowing all the evil, horrible shit that they're doing to the feminine. He caves in and goes to the cops and gives up all of his equipment and tells them the story of what the hell's been going on. And I mean, he already knows that he's gonna go to jail for that. And he's willing to accept the fact that he's gonna go to jail for what he's done because he knows that he's fucked up and he knew better, but he was attracted by the money that he was being paid for it. So after he gives up all of his equipment, the footage, recordings, the cops, the real cops, are now going to send a legitimate private investigator. They are going to send out, 4422 on the timer. They're sending out a real, legit private investigator because it's showtime. It's go time. Do or die. Uh you ain't got any more chances. The opportunities are done with. And also, when it comes to the fake investigator. What is it? Instead of there's a conversation that happens with the cops and the fake investigator, and that when they go to court for all of this, because obviously this is gonna be a big one. When they have to go to court for all this shit, the cops are gonna try to defend the fake investigator in the sense of he did the right thing by turning up everything, all the equipment and evidence, hoping that instead of getting like 20 to 50 years in prison, that it'll get lowered down to at least 10 to 15 years. But, I mean, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. But that's what the cops and the lawyers are going to try to aim for. So, but hey, at the end of the day, the amount of years you get and what happens to you, it's all based on the jury. So, there you go, folks. Woo-wee! What a fucking journey. Take it easy, y'all.